Hey guys, Jenny here from Angel Handmade Papercraft. Today I have a project for you using some images from the August 2017 Club La La Land Crafts. I'm using the Mermaid Princess Marci. I've stamped her on Mondi color copy 250 GSM using Memento Tuxedo Black. So I'm going to start by popping down our base layer of the E000 onto the skin area, so her face, her arms, and her stomach area. So for her skin, I'm using E000, E00, E21, E11, E04, and R20 for the cheeks and her lips. So all the Copic markers that I am using today will be listed below the video, and you can also find all the details on my blog. So now I'm going in with the E04 marker, just to pop in all the shadow areas, so all the places where her hair would create a shadow on her face, and just her ears as they would be sitting behind her face there. So I'm just doing one area at a time. So I am using the E11 marker. So when you're using Copic markers, use a flicking technique. So what you're doing is you're flicking from the edge of the previous darker marker, and you're flicking that in using the light marker. Now I'm going in with the E21 marker, so same process, just pulling it out further as you go. So this video is sped up for you today because I know that it is a long process. It's approximately 16 minutes in total, so it took me about half an hour to colour this image in with all the details and things. So I'm now going in with the E00 marker just to start pulling that colour in. I'm now adding in the cheeks with the R20, a little bit of lippy, and now I'm going back in with my lightest marker, the E000. So just pulling all that colour in and just blending it all together. So now I'm going back in with the E04 to do the next section of her skin. So just under her neckline, under the hair, the lower section of the arms, and then I will do underneath the bikini top and just down both sides of her stomach area. So you can check out the La La Land Crafts Club on the La La Land Crafts webpage, which I will have linked again at the bottom of the video. It's a fantastic little package that you get every month. It is a subscription, so you do automatically get billed and sent that out. So every month is a bit of a surprise, which is fantastic. It is a great value. You do save a little bit of money doing it this way. And in Australia, it's a little bit harder to get these images. So normally I used to wait until they came out in digital form, but now I'm able to get them before everybody else because with their subscriptions, you normally get them, the images are released approximately a year after the club, so you get them quite a bit in advance before everybody else gets to play with them. So it's a great little package, and quite an exciting thing when you find it sitting in your post box. The last few of them have actually come in a bright pink envelope, which you would have seen at the start of the video, which just gets me that little bit more excited to open the letterbox up when I can see it peeking out the end. Those that know me know that I love the colour pink. Everything I own is pink. And I'm a little crazy for pink. So now I'm going in and working on the crown. I'm using YR21, YR24 and YR27. So once again, just laying down the lightest colour. Then I'll go back in with the dark one, which is the YR27. Popping in all the dark areas there. Then I'll go in with my mid colour, start pulling all that YR27 out, and then back in with the YR21 marker to blend all of that together. This is my favourite combo to use for the gold colourings. So now I'm working on her mermaid tail. I'm using BG000, BG53 and BG57. So I'm just doing the smallest area first. So just I've laid down the BG000 and now I'm going in, excuse me, with the BG57 laying down the darkest, back in with my mid-tone, and then I'll go back in with the lightest colour. Now, when I do the rest of the tail, I will actually use the tip-to-tip technique when I'm going from the middle marker to the lightest marker, mainly because there is such a big difference between those two coloured markers, and you don't always get the best of blends. So you don't really notice too much on the light areas, but you will when I get to the bigger sections. So as you can see there, I just add a little bit of stippling onto the tail. That's the dotted marker there, just to add in a little bit of detail. So now I'm going in and laying down the BG000 marker just to give it a quick base coat. You don't need to be absolutely perfect when you're colouring this in, as you will be going back over the top. Oh, sorry. It's not that late here, I'm just a little tired. Still trying to get over this chest infection that I've had. My asthma's been playing up because it's really windy here at the moment. Crazy windy. So I'm just going in with my mid marker here, the BG53, and that's about when I'm starting to realise that I need to add a bit more dark in there. So I'll just go back through again, pop it down a little bit more marker. Now grabbing my BG000 marker and starting to pull that colour out. Now I am finding here that I am having quite a bit of difficulty pulling that colour out, and you can see here how hard I'm working to try and get those colours blending. It's just not happening. So I'm doing my best, but yeah, it's not good enough for me. So I've now grabbed my my BG53 marker and I'm just doing the tip-to-tip technique. Now this doesn't ruin your markers. I have heard a few people say that it ruins your markers. It doesn't. You're basically just colouring out that ink, so it's coming straight off your light marker. If for any reason you do have a little bit left over, you can just scribble on a scrap piece of paper and it will come off. Now I'm going back in with the BG57 marker to add, sorry, here I go again, the BG57 to add the stippling into the rest of the tail. Now I am going in with some pink markers. This is my favourite pink combo, which is the R81, R83 and R85. So just laying down the base coat of R81. Now I'm going back in with the R85 marker. It's only a very small section, so I'm just doing small amounts of each colour. R83. Oh dear, you'd think it was about 12 o'clock at night, but it's 7 PM and I am already ready for bed. This bug has taken it out of me really bad. This time around I've had 2 lots of antibiotics and I'm still struggling. Now I have decided on her bikini top to do a sort of ombre effect. So I'm doing the same markers that I used on her mermaid tail. So I'm just doing the pinks on the top half, and then I'll go in with the BGs on the bottom half, and then I will use the 2 lightest markers to blend all that together so it looks like it should be the way it is. In with the BG53, grab the BG000, and now I'm blending all of that together. It actually looks really nice when it's when you're in person looking at it. I quite surprised myself at how easy it actually was to blend them together. So now I'm going in with my Uniball Signo gel pen. I believe it's the white angelic. And just adding to the stippling that I had already done, so just adding in a little bit of white just to give it a bit more detail and make it stand out a bit more. So I didn't actually do it on this one, but on the one that I coloured previously I actually smudged it all. So note to self, make sure you're colouring from left to right so you're not dragging your hand back over it. I was lucky that I was able to fix it. So I did actually colour another one before I did this. I did a blonde little Marci, but silly me wasn't watching the camera and noticed almost at the end of it that I didn't colour any of the image on camera screen. I was totally off camera the whole way through. So I will post pictures at the end of the video so that you can see what she looked like as a blonde. But yeah, this one's going to be a brunette. So for this one's hair, I'm using E44, E47 and E49. And if you are wondering on the blonde that I did, I used Y21, Y23 and Y26. So all the colours are the same for everything else. I did colour them exactly the same, just different colours hair. So this isn't a blend that I normally do. I usually stick to the E20s. So it was just something different for me. And you will notice when I get to the mid marker, I was very close to having a Copic blob. Those of you that colour with Copics will know all about the Copic blob. The Copic blob is when your markers are overpressurized or they're overfilled, and as you're colouring, a big blob of ink will come out and it will just plop itself on the middle of your image. And sometimes you can fix it depending on where it's happened and what colour. But most of the time it happens right as you're about to finish the image, like this one's going to happen to me, and it makes you a little bit cranky. So I was actually very lucky when you see it happen, which will be shortly, I believe. I was lucky that I noticed the ink starting to, what's the right word? It's all starting to build up on the end of my marker. So it looks like someone's just poured a whole heap of ink right on the end of the marker. And I was lucky to notice, and I quickly took the other end off the marker so that it could repressurize again. So I'm not sure if it was overfilled at the factory when it was done. So this is where I've just taken both ends off just to allow it to pressurize again. So not sure, yeah, like I said, not sure if it was overfilled at the shop, or some people find it happens if you've been on an aeroplane because of the pressure in the aeroplane cabin, but unfortunately I haven't been anywhere, so it may have just been overfilled at the factory. Sometimes you can actually do it yourself if you put too much ink refill in them, but like I said, I don't use this Copic blend very often, so I don't even own a refill for this one yet, I don't think. So I've gone in, I've added all the E49 in, and I'm now just going in with the E47 marker to blend that E49 out. If you can hear that beeping that's in the background, that would be my Apple Watch reminding me that it's time to drink water. Yes, I'm not a big water drinker, and I need to have my watch remind me to do that. And of course it beeps just as I'm doing a video. So now I'm just working through that E47 marker. I'm colouring the hair a little bit different to what I normally do. I'm sort of colouring it in chunks today instead of doing the flicking motion all the way through the hair, just for something different to do. It's just what this image inspired me to colour. So now I'm going in with the E44 marker, just starting to blend all those colours out into each section of the hair. Quite impressed with this Copic blend actually, it's quite nice. It's not a really dark brown, but it's not a really pale brown either. It just looks really nice. So almost done there. Just two more sections on the other side to do. Just a quick note again, so this is the La La Land Crafts product kit for August 2017, and this is the Mermaid Princess Marci that I'm colouring up here today. So I've noticed that I must have bled a little bit of the colour onto her face, so I've just gone in and fixed that up and one of her fingers. And I'm going to grab my clear Wink of Stella just to add some glitter to her crown there. And that will be the image completed. So you'll see videos shortly of the finished colouring and also of the little blonde one that I coloured up previously to this. And if you like my videos, please hit like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will link another La La Land Crafts Club video at the end of this so that you can see what I've coloured previously. So thanks for stopping by, and I hope to hear from you all soon. Enjoy!